Did you bring what I asked for?
You convinced Jack, your son, that you were dead. So maybe you could give Jack a little grace here.
Hey, Nick. Long time no see.
The Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers for the next 3 weeks, July 6th to July 24th, reveal that things are about to get wild on the CBS soap. Many GC residents will land in out-of-control situations, so there'll be some great stories to tune in for. The week of July 6th to 10th will bring Diane Jenkins Abbott's Susan Walters' mess, since Patty Williams' Stacey Hayduke will accuse her of nearly killing Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. Dr. Lawrence Markham, Jerry Burns, could play an instrumental role in getting the cops to potentially believe Patty's version of events. Other YNR spoilers say Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, will catch a flight home to check on Jack and do some investigating. However, it may be Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, who stands to gain the upper hand on Patty once he moves forward with a sneaky plot. As for Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, she probably still won't be able to see much of anything once her bandages are gone. That'll be rough on Nikki, but her family may push her to keep the faith and trust that her eyesight will return eventually. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, will get Nikki to move in the ranch again and will ultimately make some sort of announcement, so stay tuned to see if this involves a real reunion pitch. During the week of July 13th to 17th, Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, may speak with the orthopedic surgeon that Dr. Stephanie Simmons, Vivica A. Fox, recommended and decide to try fixing his hand. Nate misses his work in the operating room, so he could be well on his way to getting back there once he speaks with a specialist about some new breakthroughs. Meanwhile, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, may struggle to avoid drugs as he worries about Nikki and how she's coping with the loss of her sight. Once Matt and Phyllis enjoy their first date, they'll grow closer. That'll pave the way for Nick to spot Phyllis and Matt in a compromising situation, so he'll inevitably be furious. The week of July 20th to 24th could bring the fallout of Nick's scandalous discovery. It's easy to imagine Nick throwing a punch and warning Matt to stay away from Phyllis, but Phyllis may rush to her date's defense. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, also has some good news coming up since Mariah Copeland's Cameron Grimes release is happening soon. Mariah might be a free woman before the month's over, but that could rile up Devin Winters, Brighton James, and create more tension around town. Finally, Jill Abbott, Lauren Koslow, will let a secret leak that leads to trouble in more ways than one. Billy Abbott's Jason Thompson, Chancellor fixation will ramp back up as a result, so this will also affect his engagement to Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. Sally won't be pleased once Billy's concentrating on his old obsession instead of their upcoming wedding and the baby they're set to welcome into the world. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Billy and Sally may have some relationship problems ahead of them as a result, so stay tuned. The week of July 6th to 10th on The Young and the Restless delivers an emotional roller coaster as Patty's increasingly erratic behavior pushes Jack Abbott to his absolute breaking point, forcing him to confront painful memories he has spent years trying to leave behind. Just when Jack believes life is finally settling into a more peaceful rhythm, Patty's unexpected actions reopen old wounds and create fresh uncertainty throughout Genoa City. The tension builds from the moment Patty makes her presence known, reminding everyone that her unpredictable nature has the power to disrupt even the strongest relationships. While some believe Patty deserves compassion because of her troubled past, others fear that history is about to repeat itself. Jack finds himself trapped between empathy and self-preservation, struggling to determine whether Patty genuinely needs help or is once again pulling everyone into another dangerous emotional storm. Patty's latest obsession quickly becomes impossible to ignore. She appears determined to reconnect with people from her past, particularly Jack, believing there are unfinished conversations that must finally take place. However, her approach leaves everyone uneasy. Rather than respecting boundaries, Patty inserts herself into situations where she is clearly unwelcome, creating uncomfortable encounters that leave Jack increasingly frustrated. Every conversation seems to carry hidden meaning, and every unexpected appearance raises new questions about Patty's true intentions. Friends and family begin noticing the emotional toll these interactions are taking on Jack, who tries his best to remain calm despite mounting pressure from every direction. Jack has worked hard to rebuild his life after years of heartbreak, betrayal, and family conflict. His commitment to protecting those he loves has never been stronger, but Patty's return threatens to undo much of that progress. He recognizes glimpses of the woman who once shared meaningful moments with him, yet those memories are overshadowed by painful experiences that continue to haunt him. The emotional conflict becomes increasingly difficult to manage as Patty refuses to let go of the past. Every attempt Jack makes to establish distance only seems to encourage Patty to push even harder, leaving him emotionally exhausted and uncertain about what to do next. Meanwhile, Diane Jenkins grows increasingly concerned as she watches the situation unfold. Having experienced her own share of criticism and second chances, Diane understands the importance of compassion, but she also recognizes the danger of ignoring warning signs. She worries that Jack's desire to handle the situation peacefully may ultimately leave him vulnerable. Diane encourages him to place his own well-being first, reminding him that protecting his family sometimes requires making difficult decisions. Her support becomes invaluable as Jack struggles with feelings of guilt, responsibility, and fear. Carl Abbott also finds himself drawn into the growing drama. Protective of both his father and Diane, Carl begins paying closer attention to Patty's behavior. Although he initially hopes the situation will resolve itself through calm discussion, he soon realizes that Patty's actions are becoming increasingly unpredictable. Carl starts asking difficult questions and searching for answers, determined to understand whether Patty is acting alone or if something larger is unfolding behind the scenes. His investigation uncovers small but troubling clues suggesting that Patty's emotional state may be more fragile than anyone realized.